Hey guys, okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be making a cookie cake, and I've never had cookie cake before because I have a nut allergy, and if you know anything about having an allergy, especially a nut one, it is hard to find like sweet treats that won't cause you to have an allergic reaction. So I'm really excited for this because then I can have like cookie cake for different occasions and I won't be missing out, and maybe I can make cookie cakes for other people that is like allergen friendly. So I'm super excited to see how this goes. All right, so we are gonna grab the ingredients. So I'm gonna grab them all and then we're gonna get started, and I'm gonna go through the steps and everything. So hopefully it's not a fail. If it is a fail, then you guys know how to not make a cookie cake. But if it's good, then you know how to make a cookie cake. So let's get straight into the video. All right, guys, so you guys are gonna see my tripod stand. So sorry about that. There's nothing I can do. And if you're like, what the heck is wrong with your hand? Why do you have one glove on? Guys, don't want anything on my cast. So, okay, so the first step is we're gonna take half a cup of chocolate chips and we're gonna put them on this little chopping board. And we're gonna have to take a huge knife and chop them up. If you hear all this squeaking, I'm sitting on a chair. I'm not tall enough for the island in our house. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do half of these at a time. We're gonna start off with a few little bits, and then we can get some more bits. All right, so we have our chopped up chocolate chips here. They're not completely chopped up, but I think it's pretty okay for what we need it for. And if we need to chop it up a little bit more later, I can. So we're just gonna put that to the side. And now we're gonna get our bowl and our spatula. And we have to put in some melted butter. This is half a cup of melted butter. And we're gonna put that in there. And we melted it for 20 to 30 seconds. Not 20 to 30 seconds. I melted it for 30 seconds. All right, and we're gonna put that in there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And now we're gonna get our sugar. And then we're gonna use the spatula to combine it all. I'm just checking to see how much sugar we need. We need half a cup of brown sugar and 1/4 cup of like granulated white sugar. So here is our brown sugar. Not sure if you can see this little container we have here, but we're gonna put half a cup of the sugar, and it's supposed to be like packed like all the way. So we're gonna just, don't worry, I washed my hands, so it's okay that I'm touching the sugar. All right, 1/2 cup of sugar. That is brown sugar. And then we're gonna get 1/4 of a cup of white sugar. There's some chunks in this one, so I'm trying to avoid them. All right. This little measuring cup has a marker for 1/4. It's like right there. And that is 1/4 of a cup of that. And then we are just going to mix this together with our spatula. Just so that it all combines together. It says don't use a mixer, so we're not going to use our mixer this time, even though I love my mixer. We will use our mixer for another recipe. All right, now that this is all combined together and we've mixed it all up, it kind of looks a little weird because it's just like sugar and then some butter on top, but it's all good. Now we're gonna take our egg, if I can open it. What in the world? There we go. Okay. This is the last egg in this container, which is nice. And we're gonna put this egg into our bowl. All right, and then now that we have our egg in there, we're gonna add 1 1/2 teaspoons of vanilla. So I'm just gonna do 3 1/2 teaspoons. I always do a little bit extra. All right, and now we're just gonna mix it all together until it's combined with the rest of the dough. Well, this isn't dough yet. The rest of the mixture. Okay, guys. So I have combined all those things together, and now we're gonna put in our baking powder and salt. Now we're gonna take 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. This one I always do to the side because I don't ever want extra salt in my stuff. It's gonna all come out at once. That'd be so sad. Okay. There we go. Alright, so 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. The next step is to put in baking powder and baking soda, but I do not have baking soda. I only have baking powder. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put in the normal amount of baking powder that I'm supposed to put in, which is, oopsie daisy, supposed to be a 4. There we go. I don't know what just happened there. And then we're gonna put 3 times the amount of baking soda that we're supposed to put in, but we're gonna put it in baking powder. And they're supposed to have 1/2 of a teaspoon, so we're gonna put 1 1/2. Kind of. We're not gonna make it like fully. There we go. All right, and then we're gonna mix it all up. And then we're gonna move on to our last part of the dough. Last part of our dough is to put in our flour. And for our flour, we need 1 1/2 cups. So I am gonna do 3 1/2 cups of this. And it's just, we're supposed to mix it until it disappears. Here we go, and now we're just gonna mix all this up. All right, so now we have our dough, and we're gonna add in our chopped up chocolate chips, and then our whole ones, and then we're gonna put it into the pan. Okay, guys, so we are currently under a tornado watch and a severe thunderstorm warning, so I have to go in the basement. But don't worry, that little noise, that's the cake. It's about to be done, and I will show you, and I will take a picture and I'll take a video when I'm done with it. And we have blue and pink frosting. We're gonna try to make some flowers. Sorry if you can't hear me, the TV is on, but yeah. So I'm not gonna be filming anymore, and the reason all those other clips were quiet is because we turned on the TV and there was a bunch of stuff going on. So okay, so I'm gonna close out the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys try out this recipe. I'm linking it in the description box, and I will let you guys know at the end of this video. I'm gonna edit it in how it tasted and how it looked. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.